What about Russia's war against Ukraine? Because we have seen that go on now for well over 3 years. And there were some promising moments, especially over the summer. President Trump had summits with both Russian President Putin as well as Ukrainian President Zelensky. And President Trump promised a swift end to the war, or there were going to be consequences. The White House said that Trump's summit with Putin was for Trump to, quote, walk away with a better understanding of how we can end this war. And it doesn't seem like there is that understanding right now, because since these summits, we've seen Russia launch its largest air attack against Ukraine, as well as multiple Russian drones enter Poland's airspace. What do voters make of this war, as well as President Trump's involvement in trying to end it?
Well, in general, voters have low expectations that Trump will bring the Israel-Hamas conflict to an end and the Ukraine-Russia conflict to an end as well. About two-thirds don't believe that he will be successful, but they support the president's actions. So, as we talked about before, 56% supported the president's 21-point peace plan. And actually, I forgot to mention, when we tested on a blind basis and we test the actual elements of the plan, support rises to 83%. And in a similar fashion, when you ask about Trump's efforts to end the war in Ukraine, 65% support it. 77% say that the U.S. should oppose additional pressure in the form of economic sanctions to force Russia to try to end the war. And 56% support the push by President Trump that foreign governments not buy oil and gas from Russia and be punished with tariffs if they do so. So again, that's another pressure element on Russia. And the president has a lot of support and a lot of license and latitude to really move on to that conflict next and try to bring it to a close. 68% would support him if he gave more weaponry to Ukraine as another pressure point on the Russians. So I think that if we're thinking about possible breakthroughs for the administration, the resolution of these two conflicts seem to have momentum and seem to be on the cusp. And frankly, President Trump, if he's able to achieve any one of these resolutions, let alone both of them, I mean, by any standard, I would personally say he deserves a Nobel Prize because these are very complex conflicts rooted in hundreds of years tensions, if not thousands of years tensions, and being able to provide a path forward for Israel, for the Palestinians, for the Ukrainians and the Europeans will be, I mean, these are breakthrough moments in global diplomacy and in terms of issues of war and peace. So I think that this might be an area where actually the administration is able to score points with voters within the next month to 3 months. And there's a lot of analysts that are looking at this and are cautiously optimistic in terms of where it may lead with both of those conflicts. But certainly, Ukraine-Russia is going to take more time than Israel and Gaza.